various level school science teacher. So today we are going to talk or discuss about some interesting topics which we see in our daily life. Those are, have you ever wondered why your mother or grandmother adds tamarind juice to dal or baking soda to dal and lemon to fish curry? By this, we know that they are unknowingly adjusting the pH, so that we can say our Indian kitchens are small mini science laboratories. For example, in case-based model learning, how we explain these topics for children. The first one is connect. How do we connect them? First, for example, we can use red cabbage as an indicator for testing out different substances, whether it may be acidic or basic. For example, the red cabbage indicator can be prepared by boiling a few leaves of the red cabbage in the hot boiling water, so that we can obtain this solution. This solution can be used to test different substances. Let us see how it can be used as an indicator. For example, in the red cabbage solution, if I add some vinegar to it, vinegar is acidic in nature, right? So, when acid is added to this red cabbage indicator, it turns into pink color. If I add some water, which is not distilled water, but it's some tap water, so it might be an alkaline solution, which gives its bright blue color. And then I add the baking soda, which is the base, to the red cabbage solution, it turns into green color. So the red cabbage indicator can be used to classify the substances, whether they are acidic, alkaline and bases. So that's how we use it, different substances. So next, in the form of an activity, how do we make this concept for children? How we can take the concept to children? For example, we are very well aware of the chilies grown in Andhra Pradesh, particularly in Guntur. In Guntur, the farmers grow chilies, right? So, in order to grow the chilies, in order to get the most production or the most yield, in order to get the profit, first the farmers what they need to do is they need to test the pH of the soil. For growing chilies, the optimal pH should be between 6 to 7. So that's the right pH. Otherwise the crop won't give you much yield. So first you need to test different soil samples in the crop areas to know the pH of the soil, so that the farmers can grow the good crops and they can get good profits. And also socially, how do we implement this socially? For example, if socially we get water from the water plants, everybody from the public gets water from the water plants. So how do we get that water? The water collected, the raw water collected from different water bodies, whether it may be some ponds, lakes and rivers, the raw water is collected. The raw water has bacteria present in it and also dirt particles present in it. So this raw water is treated with chlorine. It is disinfected with chlorine to make it into tap water. That is, which is we drink, right? Every day we drink it. So that's how it is economically or like socially it is useful for us. So next let us see how environmentally it is useful. Environmentally it is nothing but how we can use it. Environmentally we can use it in different ways. For example, if we know the different nature of the substances, whether it is acidic or basic, example economically, we are using vinegar to preserve the food packaging materials. We use it for long-term purpose, for storing purpose, we use the vinegar. So, and also bases. How do bases are useful for us? For example, if the soil pH is not right, before in the farmer's example, we have seen that if the pH of the soil is not right, we use calcium hydroxide, which is a base. So, by using the base, we increase the soil fertility to gain the increase in the production of the crop. So, these are the uses which are economically and environmentally useful for us. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.